Sam Hartman's road to South Bend, Indiana has not been a simple one. He's dealt with so much adversity throughout his career that may have caused most people to give up. But Sam refused to. He used those experiences to become the leader and man he is today. Hartman will look to use those experiences to lead a brand new team this year as he goes into his final year of eligibility playing for Notre Dame. Will Hartman be able to take his game to the next level? Only time will tell. What I can say is his journey makes him a dangerous player. You are not going to want to miss this one. Sam Hartman has always been a competitor, and first met his future high school coach Chad Greer when he was 6 years old playing catcher 2 age groups up. Hartman would play Pee Wee football for the Big Blue Express, where he was coached by former North Carolina quarterback Mark May. May saw the potential a young Hartman had at quarterback and spent 6 years helping develop Sam into the future quarterback he would become. He could run an air raid offense when other teams were handing the ball off every other play, and was always working even on family vacations recruiting strangers to run passing drills on the beach. May told the press that he was a natural quarterback and all they had to do was let him throw the ball. He went on to say, by 10 years old, he was extremely accurate. He threw a nice easy ball to catch, good arm. And by then we were throwing it 20 times a game. No one else his age was doing that. Sam had been attending Southlake Christian Academy since he was in kindergarten and was expected to take over as the starting quarterback his freshman year. Instead, in came a new head coach with his son, who was a freshman as well. Because of this, Sam spent most of his time on the bench. This led to Sam feeling burnt out and frustrated, and he felt like he hated football. He tried to convince his parents to let him quit, but his mother, who has always been his voice of reason, talked him into staying with it. Southlake Christian met Davidson Day, where Chad Greer was the head coach of, in the state championship game that year. Southlake Christian was expected to lose 9 players to graduation and 8 players to transfer, and numbers were dropping so low they did not know whether they could field a varsity team the following season. On top of that, the coach who had benched Sam was bolting to another job. Davidson Day, the winner of 3 of 4 state titles at the time, had a quarterback vacancy. Sam decided to transfer to Davidson Day, and it would turn out to be the best decision for him. He spent that offseason rededicating himself to football with an all-day training regimen that ran up to 7 days a week at one point. Greer, a former Richmond and East Carolina quarterback, picked up where May left off when it came to developing the young quarterback, with the two spending most of the summer working together. Sam entered the summer in a 3-man battle for the starting quarterback position, but the team knew right off the bat whose job it was to lose. Senior wide receiver at the time, Jonathan Jeffries, told Moultrie News he embraced the leadership role from day one. Summer workouts, he was calling all the receivers to come put in extra work together. He took that leadership role and ran with it. It's just his nature. Sam won the job and started his varsity career strong, throwing for 222 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first game, 312 yards and 2 touchdowns the next game, and 382 yards and 3 touchdowns the game after that. Davidson Day outscored its first 5 opponents 239-34 behind Hartman's arm. Sam's older brother Joe had taken 2 years off from football to focus on basketball, and when he returned to the field, he realized his younger brother was the best player in the family. Sam led his team to blowout wins, while also leading them to comeback victories, always knowing the right thing to say to get his team focused when the job needed to be done. He had the it factor of always knowing what he needed to do to win his team the game. Sam led Davidson Day to the state title game, throwing for 2,600 yards and 25 touchdowns. Scouts, recruiters, and reporters flocked to see the 16-year-old long-haired kid. Sam met Dimitri Allison when he was 9 years old. Dimitri was 5 years older than Sam and 3 years older than Joe, but the three instantly latched onto each other. Dimitri's mother was in and out of his life, and the Hartmans drove him to football practice, took him school shopping, and to tutoring. The 3 boys would do homework together, fish together, and play football in the backyard together. Eventually, the Hartmans gained unofficial custody of him when his grandmother started dealing with kidney failure. Sam told Moultrie News, "You never know what he dealt with at home because he always came around with a big smile. I had to act mature to even hang with him. He didn't let us get away with acting like little brats." Under the Hartmans' custody, Dimitri began to thrive and even earned a football scholarship to play at Elon. He became part of the family. During the fall of his junior year of college, he became very distant, and 2 days before the state title game, he took his own life at 21 years old. Just want to take a moment to let y'all know you are not alone and never alone. I love and appreciate every one of you, and if you ever are struggling, reach out to friends and family because they love and care about you. I have also left the suicide prevention hotline number in the description below. Sam and Joe received the news of Dimitri's death midway through football practice that day. Sam had to carry his brother to his car in tears, and Sam sat alone at the end of the dock for hours after. Greer told him nobody expected him to play Friday, but Sam interrupted him saying he was playing. Sam decided to wear Dimitri's number 10 jersey that day, unbeknownst to his parents. It brought smiles and tears to everyone's eyes. Sam threw 2 touchdowns that night and, according to Greer, played the best game of his life. Sam didn't know how to celebrate the win and was emotionless for the hours that followed. But football was his escape at the time. Since that game, Sam has always worn the number 10 jersey. Hartman committed to Wake Forest during the following summer, with the Demon Deacons offensive coordinator Warren Ruggiero saying he was one of our first commits and really got our class going. He's got an excellent arm. He's got all the intangibles. He's been extremely productive, athletic, and has everything we're looking for in a quarterback. He has incredible intelligence, electric personality, just an all-around home run for us. Sam put up even bigger numbers his junior year, even having a game with 563 passing yards, which is the 3rd most in county history, just weeks after having neck surgery. This was due to a thyroid condition that saw him lose over 30 pounds in 2 weeks, going from 175 to playing his first game at 141 a few weeks later. He finished as a member of the first-team All-State team, finishing his Davidson Day career with 6,388 yards and 69 touchdowns. He had 7 games with at least 300 passing yards and 3 more of 400 or more passing yards during his junior year. Going to Sam's senior year, Coach Greer accepted a head coaching job at Oceanside Collegiate Academy in Charleston, South Carolina, a program that had gone 0-8 in its first year of play and had seen 2 coaches already come and go. The average score Oceanside lost by was usually 65 to 7. It was a program in the dumps and was going to be a major rebuild for Greer. Sam decided to follow his head coach down to Oceanside, moving from North Carolina to South Carolina just because of his relationship with his coach. It also forced him to win over a new locker room, preparing him for his freshman year at Wake Forest. He knew no one at the school and took a leap of faith to join the man who believed in him just 2 years earlier. Sam started in Season 2 of QB1 Beyond the Lights, and during the first game of the season, Sam dealt with drop pass after drop pass and snaps rolling back to him, but kept the team together. He showed a cool head and led Oceanside back from a 10-0 deficit to a 34-17 win for Oceanside's first win in school history. He finished his senior year leading Oceanside to a 7-3 record, throwing for 3,093 yards and 29 touchdowns, while also rushing for 9 touchdowns on the ground. Coming out of high school, Sam Hartman was a 3-star recruit, according to 24/7 Sports Composite, with a rating of .8626. He received 3 offers from Wake Forest, Charlotte, and Elon, but that was probably due to his early commitment to Wake Forest. He received recruiting letters from schools all the time, but after his commitment, he just left them unopened. Wake Forest head coach Dave Clawson told the Post and Courier a lot of people were trying to flip him at the end, and he wouldn't even talk to them, didn't consider it. The thing we liked about Sam, he has a lot of qualities that Deacon's senior quarterback John Walford has. Gym rat, consumed with football, loves the game. I think he's a guy that we're going to need to kick out of the film room. We're really excited we got him. Moments after signing his letter of intent, he left the room and returned in a cap and gown for his one-man early graduation so he could enroll early and compete for the starting quarterback job right away. Enrolling early paid off as Sam won the starting quarterback job at a preseason camp and became the first true freshman to start a season opener for Wake Forest in school history. He threw for 378 yards and an overtime win over Tulane to start the season. He led the Demon Deacons to a 4-4 record before suffering a season-ending injury against Syracuse. During the 2019 season, Hartman sat behind Jamie Newman, serving as his backup for most of the season. He entered the game against Louisville when the Demon Deacons were down 55-38 and led 3 straight scoring drives, with Wake Forest falling short 62-59. He was named the starter the following week and led Wake Forest to a 22-20 win over Florida State, but would not see playing time again until the tail end of the season. After Jamie Newman decided to transfer to Georgia, Hartman took over the starting quarterback job during the shortened 2020 season, throwing for 2,224 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Things were looking good for Hartman and Wake Forest, and they were about to get even better. During the 2021 season, Sam led Wake Forest to their first ever 8-0 start and put up video game-esque numbers, including 458 yards and 5 touchdowns against Army. The Deacs won the ACC Atlantic, losing to a Kenny Pickett-led Pittsburgh team in the title game. Sam finished the season throwing for a Wake Forest school record 4,228 yards and 39 touchdowns, only 14 interceptions, and it added 11 touchdowns on the ground. Going into the 2022 season, there were high expectations for Sam Hartman and Wake Forest. Then heartbreaking news would break. Sam was ruled out indefinitely with a non-football related medical condition. This led to an outpouring of well wishes across the college football world, showing how impactful of a player and person Sam is. With not a lot of information at the time being released, many thought of the worst situations and just prayed for Sam to come out healthy on the other side. It was later released that Hartman was dealing with Paget-Schroeder syndrome, which is a blood clot stemming from repeated strenuous activity. He had surgery on August 9th to remove the clot and was forced to sit out for a month. Hartman would be medically cleared before the Deacs Week 2 matchup against Vanderbilt after an ultrasound found no additional clotting. This made Sam appreciate the game more, telling ESPN, "This process has made me appreciate all the people at Wake Forest University and our football program for how they care for us. There will be a time for me to tell my complete story. Right now, I'm really just excited to get back on the field with my teammates." According to On3, he also had a rib removed earlier in the year and planned to turn it into a necklace as well. Sam finished the year throwing for 3,701 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, leading Wake to an 8-5 record and a win over Missouri in the Gasparilla Bowl. After the season, Hartman decided to enter his name in the transfer portal, finishing with an ACC record for career touchdown passes with 110 and finishing second all-time in ACC passing yards with 12,967 yards. The Athletic's Matt Fortuna writes, "Simply put, Hartman figures to be the most accomplished quarterback on the college market this offseason. He'll be 24 by the time the season kicks off." It was believed Notre Dame and multiple SEC schools were in pursuit of Hartman, who ultimately decided to transfer to Notre Dame. With Hartman on the roster, many feel that Notre Dame may be able to compete for the college football playoffs. The dude is a special talent and can light up the scoreboard. If they could pull off 2 wins against Ohio State, USC, and Clemson, and win out the remainder of their games, there's no reason they shouldn't be in the college football playoff conversation. When it comes to Hartman, his teammates have had nothing but nice things to say about him. Former Wake Forest offensive lineman Sean Magin told The Athletic, "The guy loves everybody on the team. He gets along with everybody like your quarterback should. And just knowing you have someone special slinging that rock behind you just makes the offensive line strain a little bit longer because you know he's got the it factor. And if you could just give him the 1 millisecond longer, like at Syracuse in that overtime game, we knew. We just strain, just protect this twist and let him get rid of the ball, and he does special things like that. So it's really neat. And you just savor it as an offensive lineman, and you just want to protect the guy for as long as possible so he can make those plays." While A.T. Perry told people at the NFL Combine, "Just getting that connection with him, working with him throughout the summer and throughout the season was incredible. Just learning from him. How he takes care of himself on and off the field, it's amazing just to see what he does on the field. It's great." It seems like Sam Hartman already has taken a leadership position in the locker room at Notre Dame, which is no surprise. Sam looks to be the favorite to win the Notre Dame starting quarterback job, and with a special season could be a future NFL draft pick. Sam Hartman's career has been filled with a lot of adversity. He has learned from it and has become a stronger leader and person because of it. That is why he may be one of my favorite college quarterbacks of all time. What do you think? Will Sam Hartman have a special season at Notre Dame this year? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe for more college football content. Thank you so much for watching. I could not be more thankful for y'all. You guys make this all possible for me, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.